I think it can be said that Dark Skies is very much a post-recession horror movie. We see a family struggling to make their mortgage payments, struggling to maintain a household and find enough work. How helpful was it to have such a rich backstory to draw from?
Well, I think the movie's strength, I think what Stewart did so well in the script and in the directing of it, he really made it a movie about this real family. And yeah, everything you just mentioned, the husband, the father losing his job and not having enough money to pay the rent on the house. I think it never felt like I was making a scary movie. It felt like I was making a movie about a family in a very real situation, very current to right now. And I think because we started in the truth of that place, it makes it that much scarier, everything that happens.
And Scott had said that you were his first choice to play the role because you could, yeah, he did say that.
He's lying. He's like, first choice after 5 people said no.
First choice, and there were no second or third choices.
Oh, that's very nice.
Because you could get the audience to empathize with Lacey and really understand her.
Oh, that's so nice.
And you did do that very effectively.
Thank you.
How do you feel like you were able to do that? What did you connect with about her?
To me, the whole movie is really just mom protecting kids and family, you know, and house, you know, mom protecting family. So, you know, I have 2 kids, and once you're a parent, you go through these surges of mama bear. Like, that's just what happens. And but that to me is the whole movie. You know, it's just there are all of these fractious little pieces that are happening. You know, the teenage son coming into sexuality and trying to maintain that and not being able to control the friends they hang out with, and little boy having scary nightmares, and the couple, you know, the marriage sort of disintegrating a little bit, and how that affects the kids. And in all of those things, it's just the mom trying to make sure everyone's okay. Then at the end, there's other influences. That's what the scary movie really is a metaphor for. I mean, trying to maintain this family unit and keep the outside forces out.
And do you feel like because it's more of a drama with supernatural elements to it,
right,
that you didn't really have to step out of your comfort zone too much, because this is very different from anything you've done before?
Yeah, because it just felt real to me, and I think I brought a whole gaggle of girls with me to watch a screening because I thought it'd be much more fun to see a scary movie with friends, and I think it played very real. I mean, I think it's a very real movie that gets really freaking scary at the end. But it's only so scary because the family feels real at the beginning. And you believe in their struggle and they're trying to stay together. And it feels very poltergeisty to me.
And a lot of times in horror movies, the female character can be very underwritten, and that's definitely not the case here. Was that one of the things that also drew you to the role, that she wasn't this archetype?
I just liked the story. You know, I really did. It wasn't that I thought it was her specifically that drew me. It was just the story. I just thought Scott really did a great job. I could see it immediately. I could go, oh, that's going to be great. That's going to play great. That's going to be fun. I've never had the experience of doing a thriller like this, and just even doing when you have to go back in and do sound for a movie. You know, I read the script, I did the scenes, but still, when I was doing the sound for those scenes, I was like, you know, when the scary stuff happens, it's so scary.